Hey, ARESxGOD here, and it's finally time to talk about Spy Family. And we had last episode here, the final episode of season 1. At least we have season 2 confirmed, but I really liked this episode. It feels like I've been waiting for it for quite a while. Finally advancing more of the main plot, the main story of the show. It felt like a really important episode, especially with this very big social gathering we had at the school, everything that was happening, the character here, especially with Desmond finally making an appearance, his relationship with his father, the interaction between Desmond and Lloyd, Anya being Anya, felt like a really good end point for season 1, and I can't wait for season 2 and also a movie being confirmed. But let's get into it and talk about this episode. Now, like I said, we have this big social gathering that is happening. We have Lloyd in his disguise talking about all of the security, how many VIPs are gonna be here. And it feels like it was a NATO summit, not a school. What is going on at that school over there? Just everybody from every point, from the government, VIPs, like military meeting there. What was happening? That's not really a school to say. I think that's the nirvana of there, what's going on. But him also mentioning that there have been previous attempts for them to infiltrate there with no success. He has to plan his moves, but it's also harder on him. If it was a simple assassination as just to kill Desmond, would have been easier, and that's a very good point. If they're just trying to kill him, they wouldn't have need this entire convoluted operation with Anya, with trying to get close to him, with everything. They could have just waited for their time, long shot sniper or something, I don't know, would have been much easier. But this, them trying to get information out of Desmond and use him to their advantage, complicates things quite a lot. But hey, without that, we wouldn't have had all of the awesome moments here with Spy Family. Now, I feel like this episode, the conversation between Lloyd and Desmond, and we're gonna get to that. Damien, I really like the episode centered around him, his internal struggles, and even here we see Damien talking to his brother Demetrius. I think this is the first time we hear anything from his brother. I can't wait to properly see him interact with him a bit. That's probably gonna be in season 2. He asked his brother if he can get a hold of his father. He wanted to talk with his father. Kind of a weird way to get to your father. To He felt like he was making an appointment to talk to his father. Just shows how big of a complex he has about everything related to his father. And even in this episode, I don't really think his brother treats him in the best way, honestly, at least from that phone call there. He also has to deal at school with a stalker, Anya being Anya stalking him which makes him even more frustrated. I really like Anya being Anya. The faces are trying to complete the mission in her own way, but also both of them getting frustrated at the same time, because one of the stooges that is around Damien said, hey, maybe this girl just wants to get close to your father, and he has no idea how to right he is there. What made Damien frustrated, and Anya at the same time she wanted to punch him again. But thankfully she overhears Lloyd and all of his concerns. She stops there. But after that we have Damien being a bit scared, not wanting to talk to his father, not tell him what has been going on. But like Anya also did a very big role here to set everything up, even though she doesn't realized what she did. She did a big thing for the mission, telling him not to cancel what he set up with his father, but kind of outs herself a bit as a mind reader almost. But thankfully she corrects herself or saves herself, saying you just didn't want to tell him about your lower score. Kind of provocates him a bit there, and him out of frustration decides to go in with the meeting there. And even Lloyd being proud of Anne, even though he doesn't understand fully what happened there. But what I liked was when she said that Anya always is worried that what she's doing is not good enough and that Lloyd might not love her, and that stuck a bit with Lloyd there. And I'm really curious to see their relationship evolve even more from just being this fake family to actually being a proper family. This is my biggest wish from for the series. Like I said, all of them finding out each other's secrets and deciding to stay together. I have so many questions about their background, history, and everything. Hopefully, season 2 is gonna tackle all of those things. So now we have Damien waiting for his father, and Anya also decides to wait full on stalker mode. And I really like Becky. Just Becky is an awesome addition to the show more and more, thinking that Anya so serious about Damien and her crush that she wants to marry him, meet his parents. And her resolve being so steadfast. But instantly after that we have Anya falling asleep. And we have Becky and the butler Martha taking her back home. But after this, Lloyd made a really good spycraft move, made a copy of the keychain, pretending Anya lost her. Kind of gives him an in to interact with Damien, apologizing for what Anya did, and slowly we see Desmond in the background coming, and just shows how good Lloyd is at reading people, using everything to his advantage, reading the room, the conversation, and even at the same time using a kid and his relationship with his father. Being a spy is not just black and white, you have to go into the gray zones also here. But even intellectually, I'm sorry Damien, I'm gonna interrupt your meeting with your father. So he knows what he's doing, but he still has to go through with it here. Now he finally apologizes face to face to Desmond again, Damien's father, and introduces himself here. And also seen right in the middle of that conversation, Sylvia showing how much faith she has into Lloyd, because saying we're not able to send reinforcements with all of the security, everything that's going on, so we have to entrust everything to Twilight as to Lloyd. And we see him, he studied everything to get close to him, everything that he could, but Desmond still being this elusive person we have in the series. But I kind of like him how he handled that. He seems like an asshole, but also has some good points that he made there. When Lloyd was apologizing, Desmond took it really well, saying, hey, it was just a squabble between kids, don't worry about it. But maybe that was just the facade that he was putting in, because we also have at the same time Damien being very frustrated that his father wasn't more angry on his behalf. And at the same time we saw that Damien wasn't really able to get angry on his behalf also quite as much. And that look that Desmond gave Damien, his son, when Damien was getting frustrated, I don't really think they, despite we know they're distant quite a lot, but the way he's treating his kids, just that look, show how much intimidation he has over Damien there. But Lloyd kind of fixed their relationship a bit, or put them on the right track, especially with Damien. I feel like Lloyd, that entire conversation was a huge confidence boost for Damien, when Lloyd told him, hey, it's okay to be angry. And this also gave him an in to start the conversation with Desmond, telling him they bonded over how hard it is to raise children, and kind of start slowly to discover what kind of a person Desmond is, saying that people will never understand each other, but even despite of that, you still have to stand beside them. And in this case, referring to Anne, even though he doesn't understand majority of the time what she's doing, he still accepts her and stands beside her. And that's quite like even the kid saying, yeah, he has it hard with Anya, all of the shenanigans that she's doing there. But he also lied quite a bit there, using both Anya and Damien to his advantage, saying that Anya lied like to Damien's presentation about his father so much. and this kind of allowed him to keep the conversation going there. And even after that, said, hey, don't tell Anya about this, she's just contrarian. I really liked that conversation quite a lot, just showing how capable Lloyd is. And this was a pretty big moment, very important for the Operation Strix, because he got Desmond to remember his name, to acknowledge his name. So in the future, this is a really good starting point, and even got information on his security, how they act, how they look, got to know him quite a bit, how he thinks, their first impressions, and everything. He also left an impression there, and made Damien very flustered at the same time, telling him to be friends with Anya. But he went full on red there. Now, what I liked after that wasn't the end, was a very big moment for the operation. But like I said, I feel like Lloyd kind of improved their relationship a bit. Damien was afraid even after that to talk to his father, but he remembered Anya's words, and he got the courage needed to tell him everything that he did in school, the Stella, his low score, the prize he got into that event they had there. And Desmond actually praised him a bit, telling him, well done there. But important question that Damien asked, why did you come here today? And saying, hey, it was just a whim. Now, I would really like to find out more about Desmond, how he treats his kids, especially Damien, see more of his second son also. Why is he so cold? Is he actually an evil person? I don't know, we're gonna have to see. But he also told Damien, keep working hard, don't bring shame to our name, and that meant quite a lot to Damien. And I really liked that moment between them. I think Damien is one of the better characters in the series. But after that we have back home Anya fully sleeping with Bond on the couch, and we see how she got back home with Amazon Becky delivery that she brought her home. I'm really happy Anya and Becky are really good friends. Previous episode was such a good episode. I feel like these last two episodes have been probably one of the best, two of the best episodes in the second core. But overall, this was the end, the final episode. At least we have the movie being confirmed also, and season 2. One of the better series we have had this year. I'm really happy with it. I'm curious what you guys think about the series overall, at least so far. Do you want more? Do you like all of the shenanigans and everything? There are a lot of plots still for season 2, not just the main one, the family one, Damien one and his family, Anya's past, Lloyd's past, yours past, Yuri also. We haven't seen quite a lot of Yuri, the main mission also. We have a lot of things to handle in the future of the series. So let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about the series overall. Who is your favorite character? And also this brings me to the end, so to say, because I'm starting to work on the top 10, my year in review video, and I'm curious where Spy Family is gonna land. Let me know where do you think it should be placed. So as always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot, and you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying Spy Family. Happy holidays and happy new year from me. Even though it's a bit early for new year, we still have like 2 weeks or something like that. But also remember to check out the podcast and wish you all the best. I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.